another episode of the Orange Hub podcast brought to you by SAYWHAT and supported by the Swedish Embassy. I am Tafara Tucker and I'm your host for today. As we are celebrating Women's Month, our discussion is aligned with the theme of this month, which is innovation and technology for gender equality. And I have two powerful guests with me in the studio, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves.
Hello viewers, how are you? My name is Nigel Timzongombi and I'm from Ade Polytechnic.
Hello viewers, my name is Deonta Nabeshtembwe, a Tech Alive International and yet alumni, as well as a girls and women's rights activist.
Alright, so my first question is gonna go to Nigel. With your background, I want to understand, do you think that women and girls are represented in the tech industry?
Yeah, to be very much honest with this quota system which has been put by our government and organizations which have been advocating for some girls and women's rights, I think it's now about to be equal from my own point of view. Because, take a look at it. Back in the days, at a polytechnic or in any engineering spectrum or technological or, educational centers, these courses which involves the technical courses which involved any masculine work or activity in them, they used to be designated for men only. But nowadays, this modernization and the advocacy, which is now at stake, it's about to be equal. Though it choose not to be.
But why is it not equal? Like, I can already tell that there's a bit of a bias when you talk about things like engineering. Like you were describing the field as a masculine industry. Why are you calling it that? Are you saying that women, they're like breaking the bias by going into a field that's supposed to be masculine, but they're not supposed to be there? Is that what you're saying? That is that what you're saying? Because to me, you're saying it's a masculine thing, but
okay, I'll answer to you. At first, please, sorry for the stereotype, but it's not like it's a stereotype, but that's how it is. The way we were created, it's actually different. Let's be frank with each other here. The hydrogen system which is into you and the one which is into me is totally different. Okay, let me not run away from the topic. Okay, the topic is about the women in the technological industry, right? Mm-hmm. All right, let me give you an example. Like my field in automotive engineering, it's actually involved where you be lifting my engine, my grease, and that's what so you see, at the end of the day, so I wouldn't want to say with this break the bias thing is just only on paper or for advocacy's sake, but indirectly it's more like so. Because if you take a look at it, now the reason I say it's now up to equal is because of this. In fields like electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, some parts, and IT mostly, women are flooding in those industries and in those sectors. Like no man's business. Automotive is a big mess, eh?
I think that's the reason why we don't have as many women in automotive.
Because big boys
Exactly.
Whenever nails, you guys are slave queens.
Exactly.
That's why we're not going there.
Yes, and also because as women, we are socialized to think that we are not masculine. So this thing actually there's my men. But don't we have now women who are taking part in automotive? Don't we? What has changed?
They are there.
Are they not lifting the engines? Are they not doing better than you?
Okay, speaking from someone who has been into the industry, who is into the industry, they are not too funny person. I
think that's the bias that we have, thinking that men can do better than women. But and also looking at it, we can see that as women, it's all up to us now to stand up for what we believe in. So we need to get together and advocate and also work together for what we can do. We need to show the world that we can do this. So we need to break that bias.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Tanaka. So in your own opinion, how do you think we can break this bias or go about it? Nekuti Nigel aripana patinga budi muno mtisina kumchinja mafungiro ake kuti vakadzi avaitishe heavyweight lifting atisi mudzima engine. What can we do to help even other people who are tuned into the podcast to encourage other women to take part in automotive engineering?
Okay, I think the first thing we need to do is to deconstruct our social norms. We need to make sure that the girl child are overexposed to a lot of things, so that
STEM subjects,
exactly, so that she can make a choice of her own, and then to twist her aside the gender. And also we need to encourage the girl child, and we also have certain programs that have been put in place. For example, in 2017-2018, the government introduced the new curriculum by then, which also allowed girls to take part in STEM subjects. So it was also encourage my girls are taking part in technology.
Very true.
Yes. Yes. So true or not, yeah, we are still lagging behind, but we are getting there.
Okay. Yes, Nigel, you seem like you want to say something.
Okay, to me, I might not necessarily say that you guys are lagging behind. You're almost there, but you're actually isolating or discriminating yourselves due to what I stated. Due to what I earlier on stated about. I wouldn't want to keep on saying the same word because I know it might provoke you as ladies. Thank you. But anyways, now you see what? The way we're conditioned in our society is absolutely different. For instance, like what I told you, these fields normally back in the days were actually designated to be, they were actually gender designated. That's number one. Same applies in how we use our technology as well. Mostly and firstly, when technology was introduced into our normal lives, it was firstly used by men. Men were the ones who were mostly involved in the technological activities taking place, whereby women were discriminated and isolated from it. But with time, I feel like it's changing. I might not be in a position to be answering for your side because I'm not a woman. I'm a woman. But I feel like it's changing.
Yeah.
It's not about like what I said earlier on before. It's not about to be equal. In fact, it has surpassed the equal line. Dima talk on the and this is more say. My phone technology usage and stuff like that. I'm happy because most of the time it's also actually busy to cheat. You need to remember my technology, but you're not pass. I don't know. It's my line of thinking.
I agree with you saying that girls know more on how to use technology, but I don't think more women, as in a number, quantity, kuti vakadzi vakawanda kushandisa technology. No, it's anatafara vaya vasingadi kunzwa na Nigel kuti aiwa iwewe ita zvekubika ita zvekuchara and stuff like that. But another thing that I think hinders us from using technology is STEM subjects. You'll find that it's like earlier this year at South Park, we had a boy Angani about 50 points or something for A level, and then there was also someone else who had 80 or 90, and it was a boy again. We have this thing where in university I finished my A level last year. Okay. And let's say I want to go to engineering, but in the 1 urimskana, 2 hawana kubuda nema A ako essay ari 5 or even 8. What do I do? Can I indeed kutola kutoita automotive engineering achana but antinama points achana kuti ndite ndiende kunoita.
Okay, there's what kwanza nonziwa equitable compromising chakuti maweziwa ilipo. Let's be friends with each other, yes. In most cases, in most scenario cases, kazhinji panotsvaka nzvimbo zvotonzi 13 points and above.
Yeah.
But if you are a girl 11 and above, you are
don't you think that it's a way of encouraging girls to take part in that sector?
Exactly.
It is a way of encouraging.
You are being encouraged to come. We are either way, they are infringing us. Tutokubatirwa isusu toda kuzvadvocate izvo kuti same now kuti 11 instead book rimwe chete tinyora same exam for zvakare. Now I understand. Saka pamwe pachona imege munozvipusha away. And also there's an issue of demographic or marginalized demographic demarcations of places or areas. Iyoyo ndimo na affect of the way you don't affect at large as well again. Which is why I had to say it's close to equal because I don't want to lie to you. I've been into places. I mean, whereby in most cases, my guys are not doing butterfly. I'm not trying to getting involved in those certain areas and sectors as well. So I think it plays a part as well.
As we jump into a short break, do remember to follow us and keep up on our websites and Facebook and Instagram pages at SAYWHAT. And also remember to call us on our toll-free number 24/7. We are here for you on 577. Welcome back to Orange Up Podcast, which is brought to you by SAYWHAT and in support by Swedish Embassy. Don't forget to send us messages and also your comments on our social media platforms at SAYWHAT, and also you can call us on our toll-free number 577. I am Tavara and I'm with Nigel and Tanaka, and we're talking about women in tech, and we want to understand exactly technology, what it is about and how we go about it. But we also know that technology, we have our gadgets, my phone, my iPads, my laptops and everything like that. So one thing that I know is a huge problem is when you're in a relationship, you get to that point where mkomana wako kana msikana wako anobva kuti share tubone phone yako zviri mukati mefoni mako. I want to first ask, do you guys do this, or has it ever been done to you or your friends?
Alright, I'll answer your question with a question as well. Unobatire chi phone yausina kutenga? I'm posing this question to my fellow brothers who are in the tertiary, you are in the tertiary education system, because I best believe almost like 98% of them are not putting them scan of one. That's a fact.
But anytime more tenga totia tumro bando, and then you find that kuti tafara wachona kumbra bando. She's not even talking to me, but at online, I'm going to tell her.
But anyways, no, that's a question which I just asked and So, in other ways, I'm trying to say, I don't do that. Because I have to believe that she has her own privacy.
Yeah.
And before me, there were some people. And even when I'm there, there's some other people as well. Like relatives, friends, also says. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be seen as if like I'm not infringing your privacy. Your privacy is your privacy.
Yeah.
But then when she is with me, that's when I can be a bit concerned. But we are adults, eh? It's not like, okay, I will not say much about
no,
this.
say
in front of the camera.
Feel free, this is a safe space.
Alright, okay, what I just wanted to say is, we are actually still in a phase whereby I'm still assessing if either
I want to marry you or not.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be acting as if like I'm now husband. Even if I become a husband, is well large. She needs to have her own privacy.
Yeah.
So I should respect that. And I should respect their consent as well. If she wants to give me a phone, then it's fine, but I wouldn't dare. Because when I show you that I'm trying to check what she did,
Okay, I also want to add to Nijata. I think before Remjolage, as an individual, you need privacy.
Yeah.
Yes, privacy is a need. Yes, Mujolo, yeah, it's a want. So when you're in a relationship, there's need for privacy as someone. So it's not your right to go through my phone unless you can go through it. And also we have a private act in governing that because zvakatoonekwa kuti mumafoni mune zvirimo and Nigel, they keep on things imomo. So to prevent a lot of negatives from happening, that's why that private act was introduced, and yeah, it's for our benefit. Yeah, it is for our benefit, Nigel.
But also we need to take a look at the wider space as well, like the external other factors as well. Equity if it wasn't for this, the modernization of our education has been actually been taken like for parsley. Because there's this stereotype that does nobody say she phone, as it as family.
That's where the issue of bias comes in now. You see, issue here, why? Even because you're a woman, you're using a cell phone. So I need now that I'm trying to govern everything, your every
monitor.
Yeah.
So
Access.
that's where bias is coming in.
Which is why I'm totally agreeing with you there that it needs to be shunned away because it was just the way we actually conditioned in our society. It's not like it's something it's something which has been there, which has been put like the way I just said it's a stereotype. Yeah, conditioned into our minds in our the state of living we live into when you are into a society. Like how the status quo takes it or looks at it. That's how it is. But anyway, yeah, it's all okay. I thought I'm not anymore.
Okay. Yeah, it's not okay. But and you both of you guys are saying that we should shun away from these stereotypes. But how exactly do we do it? Tinema privacy acts, like you mentioned, and some laws that help us stop invading in people's privacies. But what else can we do to break the bias? Maybe like a focus group or something where we can build or break people's insecurities over trusting their partners and things like that. But what do you think we should do to break the stereotypes against women in technology?
Okay, how should we break the stereotypes against women in technology? I like the fact and the point where you stated this focus groups. More and more and more seminars, let me say workshops, let me say advocacy.
Yeah.
After having a targeted audience, which is the focus groups you're talking about. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know.
Yeah.
We need to have more of that, whereby people will be educated, whereby the information will be disseminated in accordance to what is happening, in accordance to how people should accept that this is now a new normal. We're now living in a technologized world. Either way, we should accept that this is how we're now supposed to be living in our society or community at large. So we should not be that much insecure because we should accept things as how they are. Because if not, we say 47 trust your person.
Yeah.
So those trust issues don't have to deal on our shit. And acceptance as well. I think that's my view.
Yes. And Tanaka?
For me, I think as you can all know that we are living in the digital era. So we need to encourage the use of technical, we need to embrace technical advances that we have, because these are the ones that create equal opportunities. These are the ones that bridge the gap between men and women in technology. So we need to encourage girls and women to make use of technology, to make use use of it in their advocacy. For instance, Tatini COVID era, everyone Tatini must stay away. So everyone was on his or her phone. Online learning, online buying and selling, everything was being done online. So we can see that technology was uniting people. Yes. So we need to encourage girls and women to take part in
tech fields and such.
Exactly.
Yes. So we'll have people who are asking us, why should we include women and girls in the tech industry? What's the point? If men are already in there, if we have a father in the house who's already has a phone, phone ya baba kuti tite online shopping attend meeting mabasa. Why do we need women to be involved in tech?
Alright. Firstly, and slow time with our wonder. 50-50. That alone says a lot. It may seem as if it's a short word, but it's an ambiguous word. It's broad. It's self-explanatory at the end of the day. If you ever came across a mathematical lesson, 50-50, it means equal. So yeah.
Alright.
Can you rephrase again?
Alright, so I was asking, why should we have women involved in the tech industry?
I think women also have technical rights. Yes. So they need to enjoy those rights.
Right.
So that's why we need women. We have an example of pani petition yes, Anna Macha story. Pani petition yakaitwa na Karen Kwasi from Pada platform, and it was an online thing that was people were signing online, and then with that application that she used, were astonished with the reviews that they got from the petition against Karen. And then they had to ask, why is it
they signed
this petition? It's because it's a woman that company application who was not concerned about the issue of Anna. So we see we need more women in tech because issues are they are also affecting us as women. And by having women in tech, it means they are coming up with applications that also suits us, that also address our problems that we are facing as girls and women.
Alright, so now as our last question, I'm gonna ask you guys, what advice do you have to women entering tech fields, or what words of encouragement can you give to women to fight for their dreams and to keep pursuing their ambitions?
My fellow sisters, my fellow mothers, and our future wives, please never ever be intimidated by the fact that you've been prejudiced, or there's the stereotypical norms or stereotypical statements and sentiments which are in the society that you cannot do it. As long as you're alive, you've been given a chance to do whatsoever thing which you be feeling like you want to do. Never be intimidated by anything else. Be you, trust yourself, believe, and you become. I think that's all.
Alright, thank you, Nigel.
Now technological skill is not a must. Everyone needs it. To where we are going, it's even the CVs. You're going to do it online. You're going to use those technical skills. So I want to say to my fellow sisters, just go and break the ceiling. Don't mind what the society has to say. Exercise your technical rights. Go and make a change. You are stronger than you think.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for this interesting discussion, and I totally agree with you. We shouldn't let any stereotypes stop us from pursuing our dreams. Don't let the sky be your limit. Let it be your starting point. Start from the sky going up. Go to the engineering fields. And like automotive, monitor, mechanical engineering, worksuit and your nails. Because I believe that you can be a slay queen, a slay engineering queen. What's stopping you from doing that? Go and pursue your dreams and do everything that you want to do. Don't let a man stop you. Don't let a woman stop you. Don't let anyone stop you. Let your ambitions be your motivation, because you know what you want to do, and don't let anything stop you. Thank you so much for joining us today for our program on Women in Tech. This program was brought to you by SAYWHAT with support from the Swedish Embassy. Remember, we are here for you, so you can call us on our psychosocial support on our toll-free number 577 and keep up with us on our social media platforms at SAYWHAT. Thank you, and do stay tuned in.